In the distant future, among the vast stars and endless galaxies, the Sunspire Dangerous Academy stood as the most feared and respected training ground for the bravest warriors and smartest strategists in the universe. It was a place where only the strongest, fastest, and smartest could survive. From countless planets, dozens of species sent their best young cadets, each hoping to prove their worth in the unforgiving challenges that awaited them. But for Alex Rylan, the best human cadet from Earth, arriving at Sunspire was more than just a new challenge. It was a test of everything humanity was ever capable of. The moment he stepped onto the gleaming metal floors of the academy, he could feel the weight of countless eyes watching him. Alien cadets, some with 4 arms, others with glowing eyes and strange shapes, all seemed to silently judge the human standing before them. Their expressions carried doubt and even disdain, as if humans were no more than a primitive race unfit for such an advanced place. Technology far beyond human invention surrounded Alex, and the arrogance of centuries old alien races was clear. They believed their advanced powers made them invincible, but Alex held a quiet confidence deep inside. He knew humans had something those others lacked: unpredictability and fierce determination. The Academy's first trial was announced with a cold voice echoing through the hallways. It was a test on the edge of a violent asteroid belt where every asteroid shifted constantly, smashing against each other like giant cosmic hammers. Cadets had to navigate their ships through this deadly field, retrieve a special beacon hidden in the heart of the chaos, and return it safely. Failure meant immediate expulsion or worse, injury. When the trial began, chaos erupted. Ships zoomed forward, laser beams flashing through the dense cluster of tumbling rocks. Many cadets, confident in their superior technology, moved recklessly, believing their shields and weapons would protect them. But the asteroid field was unforgiving. One wrong move meant instant destruction. Alex watched carefully, choosing his moment. His ship was smaller and older, less advanced than many others, but he relied on human instincts, sharp senses, and quick decisions born from generations of survival on Earth. As he darted between crashing rocks, he noticed something strange. A fellow cadet's ship suddenly lost control, spinning wildly and heading straight for destruction. Without hesitation, Alex changed course and used his ship's limited power to push the damaged craft away from a fatal collision. The move was risky. It cost him precious time, but it saved a life. Some aliens scoffed, but others watched in surprise. This unexpected kindness, this unpredictable choice, was something no one expected from a human. The trial grew harder. As Alex neared the beacon's location, hidden inside a huge asteroid with a surface as sharp as broken glass. Suddenly, a blast rocked his ship. Sabotage. Someone had fired at him from a hidden position. Alex's heart raced, but panic never took hold. He quickly assessed the damage, patched the shield, and accelerated. The attack was a warning. He was seen as a threat. The competition was no longer just a test. It was a battle for survival and respect. As Alex pushed forward, more obstacles appeared. Alien cadets who tried to block his path, deadly asteroid shifts that almost crushed his ship, and strange energy fields that interfered with his controls. Each challenge was met with sharp focus, a steady hand, and a mind that refused to give up. Slowly, he edged closer to the beacon. Finally, after what felt like hours, Alex's ship docked on the asteroid's jagged surface. With a steady hand, he grabbed the beacon, a small glowing device humming with power, but his return was not safe yet. Rival cadets pursued him fiercely, unwilling to let a human outshine them. Alex's ship twisted and turned, weaving through the asteroid chaos with a mixture of calculated risk and raw courage. In the final moments, when it seemed certain he would be caught or crushed, Alex's unpredictable human spirit shone through. Using an unorthodox maneuver no alien pilot had ever tried, he slipped through a narrow gap and blasted toward the finish line. When he landed, battered but victorious, the silence that followed was thick. Alien cadets stared at him with new respect, whispers spreading through the crowd. The humans, once thought weak and reckless, had proven they could survive and even triumph in the deadliest environments. Alex, exhausted but proud, felt the first real spark of acceptance from the Academy's elite. This was just the beginning, but already humanity's reputation was changing. The Academy was dangerous, the trials were brutal, and the enemies many. But Alex Ryland carried within him a simple truth. Where others saw limits, humans saw opportunity. And that would make all the difference. After surviving the deadly trial in the asteroid belt, Alex Ryland found himself facing a new challenge, one that demanded more than just skill and courage. The Academy's leaders announced that cadets would now be placed into teams, mixing different species together to test something far more difficult than physical strength: trust and cooperation. Alex's new team was a mix of aliens from worlds so different their languages barely matched, each carrying their own prejudices and old grudges. There was Kira, a sharp-eyed reptilian strategist who doubted humans could ever be trusted. Sarn, a towering cyborg who believed raw power was the only way to win. And Ellen, a quiet telepath who preferred to observe rather than speak. The tension between them was obvious, and Alex understood quickly that if this team was to survive the upcoming mission, they had to overcome their differences. Their task was daunting. A dangerous space anomaly had swallowed a prototype weapon of immense power, lost somewhere in the chaotic zone. The weapon was designed to end wars faster by disabling enemy ships without destruction, but if it fell into the wrong hands, it could cause disaster. The Academy sent the teams to recover it, a test not only of their skill, but also of their ability to work as one. From the moment they entered the anomaly, strange gravitational waves twisted their ship, making controls unreliable and every movement risky. Time and again, they faced invisible dangers, sudden energy storms, swirling debris, and eerie signals that interfered with their sensors. As the mission stretched on, cracks began to show in the team's fragile alliance. Kira's sharp commands clashed with Sarn's brute force approach, while Ellen's silent warnings went unnoticed or ignored. Alex realized that to keep the team alive, he had to step up as leader, not with orders, but by listening, understanding what made each of them tick. Slowly, he built small moments of trust, saving Kira when a trap nearly crushed her ship and convincing Sarn that brains could win where brawn failed. But just as they closed in on the weapon's location, disaster struck. An explosion rocked their ship and systems failed one by one. Suspicion grew. This was no accident. Someone inside the Academy had betrayed them, hoping to sabotage their mission and prevent a human from gaining glory. The team's fragile trust shattered, and in the cold silence that followed, Alex's calm voice became their only anchor. Drawing on human instincts, he reminded them that survival meant working together, that betrayal could not win if they stayed united. With Ellen's telepathic help, they found a hidden saboteur in their midst, a fellow cadet jealous of humanity's rising reputation. Alex chose mercy over vengeance, convincing the team to focus on the mission and not personal grudges. Their unity restored, the team pressed forward into the heart of the anomaly. It was there, in the shifting chaos, that Alex's true strength showed, not in weapons or technology, but in his ability to inspire. Using a clever mix of strategy and improvisation, the team retrieved the lost weapon, narrowly escaping the collapsing space around them. Returning to the Academy, they were met with mixed reactions. Some cadets admired the humans' creativity and leadership. Others whispered warnings of a dangerous new influence upsetting the old order. Rumors spread quickly, fueled by powerful factions uneasy about humanity's rise. Alex realized then that Sunspire was not just a place for training. It was a battleground for politics and power, and his journey was far from over. But as he looked around at his team, no longer strangers but allies, he knew that trust once earned could change even the deepest divides. Humanity's unpredictable heart was proving itself not only capable, but essential in a galaxy where strength alone was no longer enough. Just as Alex Ryland and his team began to earn the respect of their peers at Sunspire Dangerous Academy, an event shook the very foundations of the institution. In the dead of night, a powerful explosion ripped through the main training facility, destroying much of the advanced technology and endangering many cadets. Panic spread quickly, but the damage was not random. It was sabotage. As investigators worked to uncover the truth, Evidence surfaced pointing to a secret faction within the Academy, one that saw humanity's rising presence as a threat that had to be eliminated. The invisible enemy had hidden well, slipping through the Academy's tight security, leaving behind only whispers of fear and suspicion. Alex knew this was no longer just about survival or competition. It was a fight for acceptance and trust in a place where politics ran deeper than any mission. With his team still recovering from the shock, Alex had to hold them together, balancing the fragile trust they had built with the growing fear that any one of them could be a traitor. His human instinct for empathy, something alien cadets often overlooked, became his greatest tool. While others searched for obvious clues, Alex listened to subtle hints in the cadets' behavior, sensing the tension beneath forced smiles and hidden glances. The Academy halls, once a place of focused training, had turned into a labyrinth of suspicion and paranoia. As Alex carefully pieced together the fragments of information, he stumbled upon ancient records buried deep in the Academy's archives. Forgotten texts from a long-lost era of alien wars. These texts spoke of a prophecy, one that named humanity as the unexpected key to the galaxy's future survival. The revelation stunned him. While many alien factions had grown complacent in their strength and technology, humans were seen as chaotic and unpredictable. Yet the prophecy suggested that it was this very unpredictability that could save countless worlds from destruction. With this new understanding, Alex realized that the sabotage was more than just a political move. It was a desperate attempt by those fearful of change to prevent humanity from fulfilling a role no one else could play. The weight of this secret pressed heavily on him, but it also ignited a fierce determination. He knew that exposing the faction behind the attack would be dangerous, but allowing fear to divide the Academy would only ensure its downfall. As tensions escalated, Alex worked tirelessly, navigating the maze of lies and half-truths, earning the loyalty of allies from unexpected places. His leadership was not born from power or fear, but from genuine connection and respect for those around him. Slowly, the web of deception unraveled, revealing a complex conspiracy that stretched far beyond the Academy's walls. It was clear that forces both inside and outside Sunspire were trying to control the future of the galaxy, and humanity was at the center of their struggle. Yet amid the darkness, hope remained. Alex's team, once just a group of strangers, had become a symbol of unity and resilience. Together they stood ready to face the shadows within, knowing that the fight for Sunspire's future was only beginning. The Academy was no longer just a place of training. It was a battlefield for trust, truth, and the survival of many worlds. And as Alex looked toward the stars, he understood that the greatest danger was not the enemies around him, but the fear that could tear them apart from within. The atmosphere at Sunspire Dangerous Academy had never been darker. The explosion that nearly tore the heart out of the Academy left its halls filled with suspicion and fear. Trust between cadets was fragile, and the shadow of the secret faction that sought to remove humanity grew stronger each day. But Alex Rylan refused to let the Academy fall apart, or let fear win. With quiet determination, he gathered his team. Kira, Sarn, Ellen, and others who believed in the future that included humanity. Together they knew they had to act fast, before the traitors completed their plans and plunged the Academy into chaos. Their mission was clear but dangerous. Infiltrate the enemy's hidden stronghold within the Academy's forgotten sectors, expose the conspirators, and stop their plot before it was too late. The stronghold was a maze of ancient corridors, filled with traps and guarded by soldiers loyal to the secret faction. No one expected the humans and their mixed team to succeed, yet it was precisely their unpredictability that gave them an advantage. Alex's leadership shone brightest here, using human creativity and tactics that no one else had tried before. Instead of brute force or pure technology, he relied on deception, quick thinking, and the ability to unite their diverse skills. Kira's sharp strategy combined with Sarn's strength, while Ellen's telepathic talents gave them a unique edge, sensing danger before it struck. They moved like shadows, avoiding patrols, disabling security systems, and communicating silently through gestures and mental signals. Each step brought them closer to the traitor's core, where plans to sabotage the Academy's future were being finalized. The tension was thick, every corner hiding potential death or capture. But they pressed on, driven by something stronger than fear, hope. When the confrontation finally came, it was fierce and unrelenting. The secret faction unleashed their most advanced weapons and traps, confident that they could crush the human threat once and for all. But Alex and his team fought with a mix of cutting-edge technology and old-fashioned courage. While lasers flashed and alarms blared, Alex inspired his comrades with calm commands and fearless resolve. In the heart of the battle, the unexpected happened. Cadets from other species, inspired by Alex's bravery and leadership, joined the fight. What had begun as a small team became a united front of diverse warriors standing shoulder to shoulder. The Academy's long-held divisions faded as everyone realized they faced a common enemy, fear and hatred that threatened to destroy their future. Alex led the charge, combining human unpredictability with teamwork and the unique strengths of his allies. The fight was brutal, with moments when defeat seemed certain, but each time the team found a new way forward, turning the enemy's advantage into their own. Slowly, the tide turned. The secret faction's plans were uncovered and stopped, their leaders captured and brought to justice. The Academy's leadership recognized the courage and unity shown by Alex and his team, finally accepting humanity as a vital part of the galaxy's future. The victory was not just a battle won, it was a transformation of the Academy itself. Sunspire Dangerous Academy, once a place where humans were underestimated and doubted, became a symbol of hope and unity for countless worlds. Alex stood among his team, proud but humble, knowing this was just the beginning of a new era. The sun rising over the Academy's towers was a promise that diversity and trust could overcome even the darkest shadows. And with humanity now firmly accepted, the galaxy looked to the stars with renewed hope, ready to face whatever dangers the future might bring. Together. After the long and difficult battles that had shaken the Academy to its core, Sunspire Dangerous Academy began to rebuild itself stronger and more united than ever before. The walls that once divided species and beliefs started to fall away, replaced by bonds forged through shared trials and hard-earned trust. Alex Rylan, now a seasoned leader, stood proudly among his classmates as they prepared for their graduation. The ceremony was unlike any before it, not just a celebration of skill and achievement, but a recognition of the profound change humanity had brought to the Academy and the galaxy. Alex's name echoed through the Grand Hall, not only as the top cadet, but as someone who had altered the course of many worlds by breaking down barriers that once seemed impossible to cross. Throughout his time at Sunspire, he had proven that the human spirit, with all its unpredictability, creativity, and heart, could challenge even the most advanced alien technologies and ancient prejudices. Stories of his daring decisions, clever strategies, and unwavering empathy had spread far beyond the Academy, inspiring new hope across planets and star systems. Yet, standing on the stage and receiving his honors, Alex felt the weight of responsibility more than pride. He knew this was not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter, where the lessons of unity and courage would be tested on even greater stages. The Academy had become a beacon, a place where species from across the galaxy came to learn not just how to fight, but how to understand each other. It was a place where differences became strengths, and the future was built on collaboration instead of fear. As the Academy's rebuilt towers reached toward the sky, Alex looked out from the observation deck, the vast expanse of stars stretching before him like an open invitation. Far below, the city buzzed with activity, new cadets arriving from worlds, once hostile to one another, now united under the banner of Sunspire. The rising sun bathed distant planets in golden light, signaling a new era, an era where humanity stood alongside its allies, ready to explore, protect, and grow together. The galaxy still held dangers, unknown threats lurking in the shadows of distant systems and mysteries waiting to be uncovered in the depths of space. But Alex and those who followed him were prepared. Their strength came not from weapons or technology alone, but from the unpredictable spirit that had carried humanity through countless challenges. Diplomats and explorers began to reach out to new worlds, using the reputation humanity had earned for creative problem-solving and genuine empathy. Old rivalries softened, and new friendships blossomed, as the galaxy opened doors to cooperation never before imagined. Alex's journey, which had started as a single step onto a hostile academy floor, had become a symbol of hope that reached far beyond the stars. He understood that the future was uncertain, but with unity and trust, anything was possible. The rising sun over the distant planets was more than just light. It was a promise that humanity and its allies would face whatever lay ahead, together. And as Alex gazed out into the infinite cosmos, he felt a deep sense of peace, mixed with excitement knowing that the story of Sunspire and humanity was far from over. New horizons awaited, and the best was yet to come.